Hello, I'm April Brown. I'm with Zelken Financial Services, LLC, and I am back. The tip, today's illuminated point. Recently, my cousin sent me an article via text talking about Social Security, and it was titled 500 Reasons to Eliminate the Income Cap for Social Security Taxes. And I was like, ooh, what are 500 reasons? I am very curious. So, in talking about Social Security, the article is really saying, what are we going to do about this whole thing? I mean, really, Social Security, that is that one thing besides Medicare and Medicaid that the government has promised people who have worked and paid into the system that they're going to provide them some portion of their retirement, because we know Social Security doesn't cover all your retirement. However, it does give you some money for your retirement. As a Generation X, I'm those people who, we don't give a fuck about anything. We grew up, it's kind of dicey. I don't believe it's going to be around. And if it is, it ain't going to be a lot that I'm going to get from it, because they got to take care of the baby boomers who were before me. And anybody after me, good luck. You better figure this out, because I don't think it's really going to be there, even though people feel like governments are supposed to provide Social Security and help workers who've worked all this time. But remember, yeah. Anyway, let me just keep going with the article. The article says that at least 500 U.S. workers will likely have already paid their Social Security tax for the year. And this article came out in February. I want to say February. So 500 workers have already paid their Social Security tax for the year. Interesting. What does that mean? That means that in one day, there are 500 workers that have earned the maximum amount of income in Social Security tax. So they've earned $160,200. 160,200 in one day. Who are those people? They're executives at public companies where salaries are actually disclosed, such as Apple, the CEO Tim Cook, who earned $98 million in 2021, or the Intel Core CEO Patrick Gelsinger, who earned more than $177 million. Now, let me just say, sidebar, I don't even know what I would do if I earned $177 million. I would probably have a bottle of gold Moet. No, I'm being silly. I wouldn't do that. No, I'd probably take that kind of money and give to the places that I want to give and to the causes that I want to give to. But anyway, that's the sidebar. Think about that. That's what the public companies are putting out. Private companies, they don't even disclose what their executives are earning. However, we know in the private sector, they're probably falling into the same category. So, with that said, or all of that said, this is how the system works, Social Security. So, to help pay for Social Security, employers and employees are taxed at 12.4%, which they split. So workers are subject to a 6.2% tax assess on their earnings up to $160,200 for 2023. And in the last 4 decades, Social Security taxable wages base has actually shrinking, not getting bigger. I think when Social Security originally started out, people didn't live past 62, or they didn't live past 60. The very first woman who actually got a Social Security check, it was a nominal amount, but the amount of workers putting into Social Security was 60 to 1. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but it was a lot more going in than coming out. But in today, it's really 2.5 to 1. That's not a lot. So that means the tax base has shrunk. Social Security will only be able to pay 76% of the promised benefits by 2033. by 2033 if nothing changes. So, for those of you that get your Social Security letter for a while, it used to say by 2033, we're going to run out of money. Or I think it was earlier. They used to put that information on there. And then folks, were like, listen, let's just kind of not put that on there at all, please. So they stopped putting it on there. But they're like, how long are you going to kick the can down the road? We got to do something about Social Security. And so in order for benefits to last for the next 75 years, payroll taxes would need to increase by, they say, 3.47%. This is what the article is saying. And so by raising the payroll taxes on existing workers, it is going to be nearly impossible. Politically, it's just nearly impossible. So the question is, what do we do? And the article says an easier solution that was suggested would be to eliminate the earnings cap while leaving benefits as is. So meaning the earnings cap would free up extra money that would solve the financial gap for the next 35 years, according to the Congressional Research Source. And you can look them up and see who they are. Anyway, and so by ending the earnings cap, the 5% of U.S. workers earning more than $160,200 would increase the revenue by more than $150 billion, not million, $150 billion. And so right now we've got 180 million Americans that contribute to a total of $943 billion to Social Security in 2021. Remember what I said, 76% of the benefits will be covered. We still got 24% that's left uncovered. However, we've got 180 million Americans that contribute to a total of $943 billion, and we still don't have enough money. So it is agreed that Social Security is vital. We know this because, that's one of the things people talk about when it's that time to go vote for politicians in and out of office. And so we know that two-thirds of beneficiaries for Social Security are age 65 and up. They receive 50% or more of their total income from Social Security. So I said that Social Security is part of your retirement planning, but for some people, it's 50% or more. Then you got at least 1/3 of the elderly beneficiaries for Social Security that actually provides 90% or more of their income. So there are people who live off of only Social Security. That's it. That is all. And so apparently more Americans want more revenue in Social Security. And so the question is, how do we get that? And the article says the quickest way is to get those 500 well-compensated executives to pay more money. Well, that's the thought. So that's the 500 reasons for the article itself. Food for thought. I hope you got something out of this. I thought it was a really interesting article. That's why I wanted to talk about it. I am April Brown with Zelken Financial Services, LLC. And until the next time, have a great day.